Do you engage in self-talk at all?
I
Because you,
do.
you you actually said you do actually in the beginning of this conversation. So
Yeah.
how do you manage self-talk?
Self-talk in general or negative or positive?
I would say, okay, how do you manage self-talk in general? And how are you able to personally distinguish when you are engaging in negative self-talk and positive self-talk?
Self-talk in general is like I converse with myself a lot because I like to run ideas in my head. Like sometimes I'll talk to someone, have a conversation with someone, and then I'll ask myself, the way I handled that conversation, did it make sense? How do I
Mm-hmm.
improve? It's like I'm
Mm-hmm.
assessing myself literally all the time. So my self-talk is quite good in general. But sometimes it can get a bit too extreme. Like today, I like normally every morning I wake up around 7, like 7 a.m. But today I woke up around 8:30, and I started criticizing myself for waking up that late because I'm like, come on, Nurain, you can't. And I'm the same guy who talks about waking up early and so on. And I was like, you can't do that. Like you should be a lot more disciplined. You should be a lot more this and that. But then I just shut my mind up by saying, yeah, but I'm human. We're not meant to be perfect. We're meant to occasionally make mistakes. And even the thing about people is that you can preach about so many things online, but you have to try to practice those things as much as possible because there are some days that you may not be able to practice them. But that doesn't make you a hypocrite. Because a lot of people would think because I say don't press snooze or try to wake up or try to do cold showers every day, they would think if I miss a cold shower just once, it means that I'm a hypocrite. But no, it's like it's human nature for these things to happen. It's the striving to be that thing that you say that is what matters. You don't have to be this perfect robot because it's only a robot that can do everything it says it's gonna do, right? Humans
Yeah,
are not
yeah.
like that. We can't always follow through with every single thing because things come up, basically. So it's the striving that I try to keep at the top of my mind, and I tell myself, Brain, look, you will not get every day right, but there's always something good every day. Try to celebrate that. Is it the fact that you did this or the fact that you completed this other project? Look for the good in every day because there is good. No matter how much people think the life may not be good. Like a lot of people might say that they're dealing with this and dealing with that, and I understand that. But another perspective that people often miss is that look, I'm still alive. I still have a fan about me. I still have people who care about me. So it's more of a gratitude practice, basically. Like just change that perspective, and it could really have a big impact. I'm not saying that that's a solution to everyone's problem, but it's just a perspective that would help you feel better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's very very important. It's so hard sometimes, and you really look at like growth on a graph. Let's say a company
yeah,
is putting out like quarterly growths or yearly or whatever. You barely see it just go straight up. That's almost impossible. There are
yeah,
times where it's up and down, but as long as the trajectory is continually going upwards, then you're doing something right. Like
yeah.
even when you're working out, some days like your body even says, "Man, you can't. Just don't do it today."
Exactly. Yeah.
Because and if you end up going against that, you might end up regretting it because you might get some kind of
Sure.
injury or the rest. So yeah, it's
True.
okay. So, what would be your actual advice for people who engage in self negative self talk and maybe how they can actually learn to manage it or even overcome it?
Well, the very first thing I would say is that acknowledge that you're human, that you make mistakes. You're not meant to be perfect. And because the reason a lot of us tend to feed ourselves with negative talk is when things don't go according to plan, whether it's our own goals or whether someone criticizes us. Um, excuse me, the first thing we do is we insult ourselves for not doing that thing we said, excuse me, we said we are going to do, or we insult ourselves because this other person insulted us. It's like this person would say that you're stupid, and you'd be like, yes, I am definitely stupid. Like you'd be telling yourself that this person is right, I'm stupid. And I'm like, no, wait, like just slow down. Like don't be so quick to conclude that whatever this person said is right, or the fact that you did not do something you said you would is why you're a loser or why you're a failure in life. So literally, if I'm going to put that in simple terms, is be easy on yourself because we're not meant to be perfect. What makes human beings unique is the fact that we're imperfect. If we were perfect, this world would be the most boring place to exist because there's nothing fun about it, right? It's like, okay, every person is this perfect, ideal human being. What's so exciting about that? So what I'll say is really be easy on yourself. You're a human being. Whatever it is, whatever is causing you to insult yourself, acknowledge that yes, it's all part of human nature. It's like that you are like even thinking negative is in part of human nature. Just don't let these thoughts define your life. Like there's this saying that one bad day doesn't equal a bad life. You know, one mistake does not equal, or just because you failed doesn't mean you're a failure. Just because you screwed up doesn't mean you're a screw up. These are just things that happen, and things happen. Don't dwell too much on it, and don't define your entire life based off of just that thing.